this signal was so bright that it was completely unlike anything we'd ever seen before.
The silence of space can be deafening, but astronomers are always sending out signals into the void and listening for responses. Occasionally, they do receive mysterious signals from outer space.
Do you hear that whistling sound?
What do these signals mean, and who or what is trying to reach us? Scientists have tried to keep these signals a secret to prevent public outrage and panic. But today, we'll take a deep dive into these messages to answer the question, are we alone in the universe? In 1977, Ohio State University's Big Ear radio telescope detected a strange signal from deep space. A brief, powerful blast known as the WOW signal. This signal seemed to come from the Sagittarius constellation and had all the characteristics of a possible extraterrestrial source. Astronomer Jerry R. Amon circled the signal's intensity on his computer printout with the margin note WOW, hence its iconic name. Despite multiple attempts to find the signal again, it has never been redetected. 18 years before, physicists Philip Morrison and Giuseppe Cocconi had theorized if aliens ever reached out, how would they do it? The simplest answer is radio waves, since they're cheap, far-reaching, and built on the universal language of physics. Of course, they'd only use a frequency decipherable to intelligent creatures like us. Since hydrogen is the world's most abundant element, it was an obvious choice. Hydrogen resonates at 1,420 megahertz, so if you're looking for signs of aliens, this is the frequency to look for. And on August 15th, that's exactly what Amon captured. Not just near 1,420 megahertz, but exactly where predicted. A burst of radio energy that lasted for over 2 minutes and far louder than the normal hum of space. It had the exact signature Morrison and Cocconi warned about, so wow was definitely an understatement. Scientists traced the signal's origin to the Sagittarius constellation, but there was nothing there. No planet, no obvious source. The signal clearly seemed intentional, so where was the messenger? Every possible explanation led to dead ends. Stray satellite transmission? Military activity? Nope. Scientists also wondered, if this was a deliberate message, why broadcast it only once? The scientific method demands repetition, so no one can definitively say that it's a message from ET. Fast radio bursts. Have you heard of them? They're cosmic flashes that last mere milliseconds. What makes them so fascinating is that scientists have never been able to figure out what they mean. These bursts come from galaxies billions of light years away. Recently, they've even used FRBs to locate missing matter in the vastness of space. But wait, let's rewind a bit. In 2007, astronomer Duncan Lorimer's team detected the first ever FRB at the legendary Parkes telescope. It was incredibly bright, so bright that many scientists even doubted its authenticity. But there was more. The burst had traveled through far too much gas to have originated within our own Milky Way. It had come from a galaxy impossibly far away. To be visible from that distance, it would have to be sent from an intelligent species. It released as much energy in a millisecond as our sun produces in 80 years. Unfortunately, Lorimer's team could not pinpoint the FRB's home galaxy. An FRB was discovered in 2012. This time, it was more repetitive. With enough work, scientists were able to pinpoint it to a tiny, distant galaxy 3 billion light-years away. Then, in 2018, a team found the second FRB host galaxy, a surprisingly normal one. But this only made FRBs more mysterious. They were coming from all sorts of locations, so who or what is sending them? On April 28, 2020, an X-ray blast came from a highly magnetic neutron star within the Milky Way. Moments later, 2 telescopes caught a simultaneous radio burst coming from the same direction. This proved that neutron stars could be the source of the powerful FRBs we see from distant galaxies. This was a helpful clue, but it didn't fully solve the puzzle. The ALH 84001 is, wait for it, a Martian meteorite found in Antarctica in 1984. That's right, a literal piece of Mars that plummeted onto Earth. This ancient rock, formed from Martian magma 4.5 billion years ago, was blasted off the red planet by an asteroid impact. After a 13,000-year journey, it landed on Earth. Yes, it was out and about for 13,000 years. In 1996, NASA scientists began analyzing ALH 84001. Inside the meteorite, they found strange mineral formations that resembled microscopic fossils, along with organic compounds in iron crystals similar to those produced by bacteria. With enough evidence, they proposed a shocking idea. Could these be traces of ancient Martian life? Safe to say, the scientific community was divided. Other researchers argued that these formations could be due to non-biological processes and didn't match our earthly records of fossils and microbes. Today, the hypothesis of Martian life within ALH 84001 is still unproven. What do you think? Was Mars once a planet capable of supporting life? OMMUA, which translates to a messenger from afar arriving first in Hawaiian, is our first confirmed brush with a piece of another star system. This interstellar traveler is a mysterious, cigar-shaped reddish rock unlike anything we've ever seen before. The strangest thing is that we don't know where it comes from. OMMUA entered from roughly the direction of the constellation Lyra, but its exact origins were never identified. Stars shift over time, so tracing the OMMUA's path back billions of years is impossible. Yes, billions of years is how long it might have been traveling. What we do know is that it's not from here. OMMUA arrived too fast, 54 miles per second, to be from our neighborhood. The sad part is that it's not coming back. OMMUA is a one-way journey out of our solar system headed towards Pegasus. It is extremely fast. In 11,000 years, it will have traveled a full light year. Of course, NASA's technology only saw it as a speck of light, but OMMUA's odd tumbling suggests that it has a bizarrely long shape, 10 times longer than it is wide. Artist renditions are currently our best guess at its appearance, but its strangeness doesn't end there. OMMUA got an unexpected burst of speed as it left, which changed its course slightly. Scientists think this could be from gas venting off its surface, like a tiny engine pushing it along. In the grainy footage of the OMMUA, the way its brightness flickers weirdly means it's tumbling chaotically. In better words, it's doing cartwheels through the galaxy. Unlike our dusty comets, OMMUA barely shed any material, making it hard to analyze. Was it an asteroid or perhaps an alien spaceship? It's possible all the dust got blasted off during its long interstellar journey. Scientists don't know where the OMMUA is now. They're still hopeful for a similar encounter with another alien visitor. In 1974, the Arecibo message was sent into space summarizing the most important parts of humanity in a short blast of radio signals. Here's what the message included. The numbers 1 to 10, atomic numbers for hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and phosphorus, formulas for the sugars and bases within DNA, the number of DNA nucleotides and a double helix graphic, a basic figure of a human and Earth's population size, a basic graphic of our solar system, a depiction of the Arecibo telescope sending the transmission. This message was aimed at a distant star cluster 25,000 light-years away. As hopeful as the message may have seemed, it wasn't the first of its kind. Scientists have sent many such signals over the years, and at this point they expect nothing in response. Yet in 2001, a strange answer showed up in a field near a British telescope. It was an elaborate crop circle, now known as the Chilbolton reply. Shockingly, it mirrored the original Arecibo format, except for a few changes. Instead of a human figure, it showed a large-headed, short-statured form, much like the typical cartoon alien we always see online. The DNA structure was altered, and an additional solar system was included. Was this perhaps the message's origin? However, most scientists are convinced it's a hoax. But if it is real, the Chilbolton reply is definitely the most convincing sign of alien life. Imagine the loudest cosmic scream ever. You'd think you'd hear it from Earth. However, no one was around to hear it billions of years ago when it erupted. But in 2006, scientists found something strange, a shocking roar of energy filling the cosmos. For 18 years, this space roar haunted astronomers. Where does it come from? The Milky Way? Far-off galaxies? Could it even be hiding the booms of the first stars ever born? If you can't comprehend how loud it was, think of it like this. NASA's Arcade instrument, floating way above Earth on a giant balloon, was trying to tune into the universe's oldest radio stations. But this roar was blasting over every channel. It took a lot of work to filter out the signals they were actually looking for. So what makes this roar? It's not from a single source, but something called synchrotron radiation, like the radio hiss of charged particles being whipped around by cosmic forces. The problem is that lots of things in space can make this kind of noise. NASA considered sending Arcade back up to capture that roar again, but now there's a bigger, badder telescope on the case. the Green Bank Observatory in West Virginia. It's got the power to avoid the loudest radio spots in the sky and zero in on this background roar. Let's see how long it takes them to come across this roar again and someday pinpoint the source. Don't worry, these mysterious signals aren't just limited to the US. Russian astronomers recently picked up a strong blast from the vicinity of the HD 164595 star, located 95 light-years away from us. While the star does have a known planet, it's too hot for life as we know it. But could it be that there are others hiding out there? Before anyone could jump to conclusions, here's what Seth Shostak, the director of SETI Research, said. Hold the excitement. This isn't the first unexplained cosmic blip, so it may be too early to assume it's a message from ET. The strange thing is, this discovery was made a year ago, but it's only making headlines now because details about it were leaked online. So, why the delay in telling the SETI community? Usually, astronomers would rush to confirm a potential alien signal with another telescope, so why did the Russian astronomers keep it hidden? And more importantly, what caused the signal? That's a puzzle too. The Russian telescope had really broad settings, making it hard to pinpoint the source. It could be an alien signal, a natural cosmic event, or even plain old Earth-based radio interference. Well, at least that's what the Russian Academy of Sciences believed. Still, Shostak isn't convinced. His team aimed their Allen telescope array at the star but heard nothing. Perhaps the signal was short-lived, or the Russian detection was just a fluke. Plus, it would require a ton of power to broadcast a signal that far across space. Seems unlikely, even for an advanced alien civilization. So there you have it, mysterious signals, strange objects, maybe even messages from aliens. Does this prove we're not alone in the universe? The truth is, we still don't know, but maybe someday soon we won't have to ask the question. Maybe the next cosmic message will be a direct and irrefutable greeting. Until then, thank you for watching. Let us know what you think is out there.